Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, Chat with SK. I am Kuldeep.
And I'm Samvek.
Today, we will be talking about the next step in your startup journey, researching your idea. Last time, we discussed strategizing your decision whether you should pursue your idea or not.
But how do you do that? That's the real question. So let's just jump right away what we'll be covering. Why should we research? How should you research? And how did we do that?
Reduce the chances of failure. By however small chance, it reduces your chances of failure. Chess players study the opponent's style of playing, football coaches see the opponent's game, and there are many such examples. It helps to strategize better and be more prepared.
Understand your problem better. What you might think of a problem might not be a problem for others. If it is, the intensity can differ. Do they really want a solution? If yes, what's the source of the problem for them? What exactly they want to get solved, and so on. Get a better understanding of the problem. The clearer you understand the problem, the better you can solve the problem.
Understand your customer. Once your problem is clear, try understanding what the user expects. Never expect your users or customers to use them blindly. Make something they want. So hear them out. What they want, how they want, and if you can share your solution, will they accept it? What do they think about it? There are a couple of ways to do that, which we will discuss now. You don't ask your friends. That's an important rule. It would be the best if you never get your ideas reviewed by your friends. They are biased and you will get a biased review. It would be the best if you had an unbiased and honest opinion. So never ever ask your friends about reviewing your idea. They don't do it knowingly, but rather to motivate you and boost you, they do it.
Forms. Well, isn't that the most used way, Kuldeep? In fact, we all receive survey forms a lot, but the challenge is getting them filled. How do you keep the content so that you can easily get it filled? How you keep a sharing message that makes people want to open that link or the form you shared? Whom to share this with? And is the single form sufficient? Well, let's talk about it one by one. First and important is make the form as short as possible. Yes, I'll repeat it, make it as short as possible. Now you can see a form beside me and you can see there are only 9 questions. 8s are compulsory, and in fact the ninth one is not even compulsory. This way you can motivate the people to fill. Most of the people close the form if you keep it very long. Second, try to have MCQ questions or ranges or scales. Avoid compulsory long and short answers. Avoid having questions like asking their names. It just adds up an unnecessary question which you're not going to use anyways in your research. Ask for a mobile number only if it's extremely necessary. It makes people a bit hesitant to fill that in because they might get some unwanted calls, right? Finally, don't forget to put an email verification. To put an email verification, I've added a link on the description below. Depending upon the usage, you can either have multiple forms or a single form. Don't make efforts to share the form and get it filled with the communities that isn't your target customer. It will just waste your time and efforts, and not only that, but temper with your actual results of the research.
Study competitors. It is one of the most crucial research techniques. Be very open-minded and unbiased while doing this. Study in depth for it. Look for what exactly they are doing. Go through their content, web, app, blogs, or anything that they're presenting. Look for every feature, the unique selling propositions that they have, then compare it with your thought process. See, is there anything that you are standing out for? Ideas can be the same, but that's fine. But you must have a USP, that is also known as unique selling proposition. There might be many startups doing what you are planning, but if you are making something that people want, the customer is yours. Study their revenue model. It is very important. Go through various existing revenue model systems. See what your competitors are doing and what you can do. How can you improvise?
Talk to customers. That's really important. Talk with your target customers one-on-one. Maybe set up a call, maybe set up a voice call, or just meet them up. Hear them out. Don't put your idea into them. Hear the problem and what they have to say about it. Don't talk about features. That's one of the biggest mistake we make out there. Just don't do that. Features are what you have to think as a founder and not them. Just hear them, what they have to say about the problem. It all boils down to how closely people feel that problem, your target customers, and how deeply you understand the problem's pain point.
Requirements and feasibility. Look for what you will require to develop this product or platform. Do you have enough knowledge and skill sets to do this? If not, do you have the resources to acquire those skill sets and knowledge? Is your product feasible, and will enough target customers buy it? Is a cheaper product or platform already out there? If yes, how are they reducing the cost? Will people want to shift to your platform or product, or spend more money to buy the USP that you are proposing? You need to research and find answers of all of these questions.
Document it all, and I mean it. That's not the part you're really going to like it, but trust me, documentation is a must, and get used to it. Try having a template for almost everything, and make sure you document everything so that you can refer to it as and when required.
Talk to industry experts. Talk to as many as industry experts in that field as possible. This will lead you to grow a broader perspective in that particular field. They will clear a lot of minds, and you can learn from their years of experiences. Not only that, they might connect you with the right people that can help you build your product or your startup, that can help you to get your startup to the next level.
So in After.life, we started talking to people who had attempted suicides in the past, or we were under depression and listening to their stories, right? We wanted to know where it all started, then the difficulties they had, and what they were expecting at that point of time. That gave us a lot of insights. Then we started with the forms out there. I already gave you a glimpse of how it looked. We tweaked it a little. We didn't want our users to get frustrated with the search among lots of colleges as they were students, right? We cannot list all colleges in a single form. And hence we divided the forms for a particular college. See, IITs had a form of question where only IITs colleges were listed, and so on, and IITs and so forth. We also had different release dates to push a particular brand of the college twice a day for 3 days and focus on a good amount of responses. That is very much important for us to know the actual statistics of that particular college or students. We studied our competitors in depth. We documented it as well, and so that we can refer to it whenever required. Interestingly, to study our competitors better, we used their service and pretended to be the depressed people to see what's the experience of the platform. This gave us insights more than anything. Trust me on that. Last but not the least, we had a good set of team members who were willing to work in the respective domains. So we slowly grew our team and divided into the following sectors so that we can focus and research on a particular sector more. It consisted of engineering team, which obviously was responsible for the website and application development, the business development team who was responsible for the onboarding counselors, sales who were responsible for onboarding colleges, and then marketing who was responsible for getting and publishing those stories of those students and maintaining all our social media accounts. I remember you also had a startup, Kuldeep. What about that? How did you start to research about it?
Well, I was running my blog solely for around 2 years. I used to write blogs about life hacks, entrepreneurship, startups, etc., mostly as a hobby. But I realized that many people appreciated my blog, and lot of bloggers were making huge money at that time through advertisements or either through commissions and all those sort of things. So I saw a business opportunity out of my hobby, and that's when I decided to continue it. When I was researching more about it, I learned about similar blogs and startups that were doing it. One of the notable mention can be of FinShots. They were doing something similar in their own specific niche, and they had huge subscribers. So I tried to copy them. I took a lot of courses on digital marketing, web automation, and all sort of things. I even automated my blog to to publish more content, to engage with my readers a bit more. But somehow it backfired, to be honest. And because I was using some free tools out there in the web, and it just backfired me. So I did a few collaboration as well with a few publishers from around the globe to increase the viewership in my blog. It too did not work out, honestly, because they had their own specific niche and I had my own specific niche. So it clearly was a mismatch. So I took down everything I had and thought of starting again, but now with more clarity and more specific KPIs. Now we wanted to build a platform that will be synonymous with productivity and growth. So basically, if you want something related to productivity and growth, you can come to Happy Cherries and read about it. Yes, Medium 2 was our direct competitor, but with the immense success of self-publishing that I had seen, that I had researched, we too thought of giving ourselves a shot about the same. So I brought a few full-time writers, pro and rookies, to write for us about the similar niche. It went good as well. We got around 5K subscribers from around the globe, mainly from India, Canada, and USA. Well, this is what we did at Happy Cherries.
Wow.
We are trying to go step by step on building a startup while still being in college. If you have any particular topic that you might want us to discuss, please comment in the sections. We definitely read your comments, and as you can definitely see that my lightning has definitely improved from the last video. So this is also a proof that we listen to your comments for sure.
We really hope you enjoyed this video and take something useful back. If you did, please hit the like button, share with your friends who might need this, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
You can also hit the bell icon so that you never miss out our videos. Stay safe, stay indoors, wash your hands, wear mask, and take care. See you in the next video.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to